This is the drive home with
Zac
and TT for the Millwall drive home. Driving home from the den where it finished Millwall 2.
Swansea City 1.
Yes! What a scrappy, rubbish, useless game of football in which we got 3 points. 3 of the scrappiest goals you're going to see in a football match. But do you know what? We got 2 of them, they only got 1 of them. And that, at this stage of the season, is all that matters. Conceded a load of possession, but to be fair, neither team looked like scoring very often.
No.
And it took, like I said, some scrappy goals. If you don't mind, please put your comments in below. Do you believe? I'm starting to believe.
I can't believe that I'm starting to believe.
I know. Well, yeah, and there'll be Mill fans out there in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. They've seen this before, but when we've gotten a run late on in the season, we potentially can make it. Yes, I heard someone say we'll get beat at Wembley. Let's just get there. Let's get there and see what happens. Let's get to the playoffs and see what happens. And games like today are massive. That's our first home win against Swansea since 2007. Zac's first ever game was against Swansea.
We lost 2-0.
We lost 2-0. Yeah, he was 2 weeks old, and that kind of went on to be what the kind of results we used to get against Swansea, because they've become a little bit of a bogey team. To go up, you need to start beating teams that you don't normally get points against, and we did that today. Obviously, I felt that after the game at Swansea where they scored, we scored two really late goals. I thought, you know what, they probably owe us, or feel like they owe us, a last minute equaliser. So it was a nervy injury time. The ref decided he wanted to play until Christmas.
Yeah, like
until
7
Christmas,
minutes.
until give him a chance. But to be fair, I felt we held out quite well. Like I said, stick a like on the video if you don't mind. If you're not subscribed to the Mill Drive Home, get yourself subscribed. We're trying to get to 3,000. Will we get to 3,000 before the end of the season? Who knows? I think it's a long way off. But let's see if we can get this up to 150 likes. We started off with George Long in goal, a back 4 of Danny McNamara, Murray Wallace at left back, the immense Charlie Cresswell and Jake Cooper in the centre of defence. We always say about falling in love with lone players. We're starting to do it again. I can't believe it.
His passion.
Yeah, his passion.
Is unbelievable.
Well, you said you loved it. He was kind of
like laughing in number 17's face. I've completely forgot his name.
In front, was it Pirro?
Yeah,
I think it's Pirro. I think it's their striker. In front of the back 4, you had George Saville and Ryan Leonard. Another good performance from Leonard. You know, Saville's worked his nuts off in the game. Right in front of them, you had the right midfielder of George Honeyman, the big effing German left midfield.
Somehow scored today. In
the Vogelsammer. Zian Fleming in behind Tom Bradshaw. It wasn't really Tom Bradshaw's game today. He worked his nuts off.
Like always.
We created very little first half, and Swansea created even less, if I'm completely honest. Even though Swansea had a lot of possession, they played the ball around the back line and then tried to get for us centrally. It's only when they tried to go wide that they put us under any real pressure, but not much of that happened in the first half. The first chance was created from a ball into the box, and it was a Ryan Leonard shot that was easily saved by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, but then there was also a Ryan Leonard volley in the first half. He headed it, and then it kind of like bounced, and then the keeper, to be fair, tipped it wide. We then created a second chance with Zian Fleming running down the right, crossed the ball in, and Vogelsammer's at the back post. That was a really good header, actually. Just went just above the. God, I don't look good in red. Vogelsammer's headed it just over the bar. We then concede our first chance, and it was a ball into the box. George Long's kind of half gone for the ball with he's half gone to catch the ball and try to punch the ball. It did neither, and it's dropped straight to the Swansea player who's got to do better. He's kind of got a free shot at goal and drags the ball wide of his near post, and it was a little bit of a lucky escape from Millwall and a bit of bad keeping from George Long, who picked up in the second half, done much better in the second half. Going at half time 0-0, and you think it's probably going to be a game settled by one goal either team, or maybe 0-0.
Or probably 0-0, because like I said, of how few chances were created. Fortunately, we get the breakthrough in the second half from a set piece. The ball's played into the box. Swansea don't clear it. It's just bobbling around.
It's literally just.
It feels like it's sitting there for about 5 seconds. That no one's done anything. I think it was probably 2 or 3, but it feels like it's sitting there for ages.
between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box, and then Charlie Cresswell gets his foot on it. You think that
I saw on the replay that Tom Bradshaw kind of like flicked it, and that's why Tom Bradshaw was going over and like going, yeah, I scored. And then Cresswell comes over and goes, yeah, I scored.
Yeah,
and then
Bradshaw's a striker, so he's probably going to try and claim it. I didn't see it. I know Cresswell put it in the back of the net, but it was a scrappy goal.
Yeah.
The wife said it was scrappy, and it was perfectly describes it. Puts us 1-0 up, and then it was a 10-minute, a mad 10 minutes in the game, which otherwise was pretty boring. Ian Fleming's got the ball down the left. He passes it into George Honeyman, who lays it out to Vogelsamo, who just basically hits a shot on target. And you expect the keeper to...
It's like against Luton, but down low a little bit.
But you expect him easily to deal with it. And for somehow, some way, maybe it's this season, maybe it's just the way things are going for us. We're getting a little bit of luck with where the ball's bounced. And it's gone through the goalkeeper into the back of the net, and the Den's absolutely erupted. It was pretty quiet, and not as many fans that should be there.
It's a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday, but should have been more fans there as far as I'm concerned. But that lifted the lid off of it. It was a great atmosphere, and it was all you wanted to do then is just to keep it quiet, keep Swansea out. Like I said, they hadn't had a shot on target, and I don't even know if the goal was a shot on target. The ball's into the box. We kind of half clear it. Goes to the edge of the box, and a Swansea player has just put his foot through it.
He's just levered it, really.
He just put his foot through it. It takes a massive deflection.
Who was it off?
I don't actually know. I think it might have taken 2 deflections, but then it's found its way into the back of the net, and it's just you just think it's the last thing we needed. That's the last thing. Do you want to come into my car? It's the last thing we needed at that stage, because, like I said, we were on the ascendancy at that. We were pushing forward, and then it makes the last 30 minutes. There's no getting around. It makes the last 30 minutes nervy.
Very nervy.
We make some substitutions. It took ages for the substitutions. I think 4 or 5 minutes where the ball just would not go out of play. We did not.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 minutes. I saw the subs on the screen.
Yeah,
ready.
So you had Burke waiting, Watmore to come on, and Shackleton. Bradshaw came off, Fleming come off, and Saville come off. Like I said, not Fleming, sorry, Fleming didn't come off at that stage. Vogelsamo came off at that stage, and we've sat. We needed the subs. I felt before that there was waves of pressure building. The substitutions kind of killed that, and it meant that the chances that Swansea had were further out. Like I said, it was only when they got down the channels and then crossed the ball in that they looked really dangerous.
And they also had a couple pop shots that Longy dealt with.
They did, yeah. A shot from about 20 yards out, right side of the box, and I'm not sure if it was going wide, but he's made a good diving save, and he's put it round. He's put it round the post, and another really good chance for Swansea. I would say it's a good chance. You expect us to deal with it, but he's coming in from the left-hand side and then tries to curl the ball into the bottom right-hand corner. He doesn't, and he misses the target.
Longy also made a good parry save where it could have led to more.
To be fair, that he's put that wide there. I forgot about that chance, and that's not great from Longy again. He's put it in a position where you've got to clear it. He's put it out into the middle of the goal, and I think it was Pirro that doesn't do enough there. He's got to, react quicker and get it on target. Swansea will be disappointed, I suppose, that they haven't got anything out of the game because of the possession that they had, and because neither team created too many chances.
Yeah.
But you've got to win games like that. If you, I suppose that's why we're in the table where we are, and that's why they are where they are. My heart is absolutely buzzing. That really, took it out of me. That game, it was.
The fact that their goal come from a goal line clearance as well.
Yeah, it's just. Who was your man of the match today?
Cresswell.
I
love the guy.
Yeah.
I really have fallen in love with a lone player.
yeah, it's always dangerous, but it's hard to not see why. I thought he's put himself on the line today. I thought Murray Wallace had a good game at left back.
Did what he needed to do.
Same with Danny Mack down the right. He's. I thought the ref, like I said, the ref today was pretty poor.
He bought a lot of things.
Yeah, he did. He allowed them to, they seemed to fall over and give a foul, and then when our players were fouled, he waved play. It was just one of those games where we didn't seem to get the rub of the green. Then he puts 5 minutes up of injury time, even though there was no. The trainer didn't come on.
5 minutes.
The trainer didn't come on in the second half. And then he played 7 or 8 minutes in the end. But to be fair, Burke does get wiped out, and that's when the trainer did come on in injury time. But now we've got Huddersfield on Saturday. Unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, me and Zac are not going to be there. We're going to Barcelona on Friday. We've got to watch El Clasico on Sunday, so we're not too hard done by it. But I am still gutted that we're not going to be there on Saturday, because it's
going to
the
be
place
a good
to be.
atmosphere, I feel.
And then we've got international break. The players have just got to give absolutely everything going into that international break. Listen, Huddersfield won't be easy. They've got Neil Warnock here. He knows how to come to the Den and make his teams difficult to beat. It's weird because they've got Norwich at home tomorrow, and you feel that Norwich will get through them easy enough, but because it's us playing them, you don't have that same amount of confidence.
No.
But we
also, Huddersfield have always been quite a bogey team for us.
Yeah, another team although we have got, I think we beat them 4-1 in during COVID time. So I know we weren't in the ground, but I think we beat them quite comfortably at home. But yeah, they are a team that normally gets some results against us. But we are where we are. With all we can do is beat the teams in front of us. And then we've got 2 massive games after the Huddersfield game with West Brom away, which we've got tickets to. We'll be going, and then Luton at home too. It's just the games, big games. But we're in it.
It's winnable.
You've got to be in it to win it, and that's what we've done. We really appreciate your support. As another person said, loves the channel and loves the video. So thank you very much for that. Frankie's not here today, but he was watching it at home with his dad. So he was buzzing, singing Millwall songs. He's definitely being converted into a Millwall fan. I'll leave it here. We've just driven out the Rotherhithe Tunnel. We've still got about 45 minutes to go. We really, like I said, we really appreciate your support. Anything you want to add?
I don't know. It's crazy. This season has been so topsy-turvy, but we're on a good streak. Just don't lose it now, Millwall.
Yeah, well, let's keep it going. Like I said, absolutely believe, Millwall fans. Yeah. We're in a good position. Let's hope we can get to the end of the season. There is only one way we can finish this video all together now. No one likes us. We don't care.